Namaste everyone. Welcome to Movement Masters Physiotherapy, and this is Pooja. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the parents' concern. So if you have a kid who is planning to go, study outside their home country, the parents are anxious. Okay, my mother was really anxious when, I was like, I guess I was 21 when I said I want to go study in US. First I said I want to go study in Australia, and then I was like, no, I want to go study in US. And she was like, why do you want to do that, and we're all settled here, and you're the first kid who's going out there to study, and then do you plan to stay there, and things like that. So parents have a lot of questions when their kids decide to sort of study abroad, immigrate abroad, especially if you're planning to come to US or Canada. The weather, the food, being to a new country, these are concerns that parents generally have. And as you guys know, if you're following us on Instagram, we do virtual sessions, and in the last couple of sessions we had parents who joined in, and I'm really glad that they joined in because some of the parents said that they really liked my content, and that's a huge compliment. I mean, when you guys say, oh, that's a good video, I mean, I really feel good, but when parents say that, that takes it to a whole different level. So I was really glad that they liked what we share, and the reason why I would want to talk about this video more about their concerns is just that I'm sure if my mother would have heard this before I was planning to go to US, she would have felt a little bit more secure knowing that I'm not the only kid who's doing it, I'm not the only girl who's doing it. I come from India, so parents are really like, you're your parents, this prized and not possession, but like you're this kid they take care of, they have nurtured you throughout your life, and they've never let you out of their sight. And now when you plan to go to a different country, for them it's it's really stressful. So what we'll be doing today is I'll be asking Nisha to join in as well, because he has a different perspective to this whole studying abroad, living abroad, immigrating to a different country. So I'll also have him join us, and we would discuss some of the common questions that parents usually ask or parents usually have when their kids are planning to go study abroad. That being said, I think we have 8 major questions, but let's see how many we can address. Let's get started.
Hello everyone.
So, Nisha, how did you plan, like when did you plan that you wanted to leave India and study in a different country?
So I planned after my 12th grade when I was trying to choose which field I should go with, like BHMS, BAMS or PPT. That's what the 3 major field I was looking for, and at that point of time I interviewed few people, and then I choose BPT as my career, and at that point of time I decided once I'm done with BPT I'll go to USA.
Okay, so for me, I was really happy in India, and because I've always been with my parents, I've never been away from them for more than like 2 or 3 days, so for me I was like, I'll do as my parents say, and my parents wanted me to stay there. They didn't even want me to study outside of Gujarat. So when I had time, I had to select the colleges. They were like, oh, this college is 5 kilometers from my place, and that college is 10 kilometers. Let's go with this college that is 5 kilometers from our place because that's closer to my house. So that's how we thought, okay, in my home. But then we were studying together, me and Nisha, and we liked each other. And then slowly, when he said he had plans of studying in a different country, I started making plans of studying with him. So that's how we started thinking, and then I told my parents. First we were thinking about a different country. Nisha initially had plans for US, then we thought about Australia, and then we again came back to US. So that's how we started thinking about it, and by the time we were in our final year, during our internship we started IELTS?
Yeah, during our internship we started preparing for IELTS, and we already started searching for different courses and colleges in United States. And in internship only we already applied for colleges, and we already got our IELTS score, so we were done by the end of our internship.
Yeah, so by the end of our internship we had already started the process, and by August 2016 we completed our internship April 2016. Yes. And by August 2016 we were in US. So that's how we did it. So for our parents it was stressful, but they didn't have enough time to think actually, so we got them to do many things in those 5-6 months, and then that's it, we were gone. So
The thing is, like, we told our parents at the end moment that we were planning something to go to US or something like that, and then we started preparation. So they were like, okay, let them prepare.
yeah.
They're like, there are many people who wants to go to US or Canada, but all cannot make it. But let's just try them, like what they can do.
Yeah, that's. I remember my father said the same thing. So when I started preparing for IELTS, my mom was like, you know what? If she does IELTS and then she'll leave. My mother was concerned that I'll leave, right? So my father's like, don't worry. Every kid does it. Let her go do it. And then once it doesn't happen, she'll come back. That's okay, beta. Because I'm someone every week I have a new idea. Okay. When I was growing up, one day I wanted to become a pilot. The other day, fashion designer. So growing up, I gave my parents many options. So they were like, yeah, let her do it. And then when I got the score, and I was like, I'm serious. And then they're like, oh, we thought you'll at least, stay back another year. You just graduated. You don't even know how to cook. So there are many parents who are worried, my child doesn't know how to cook, my child doesn't know how to handle the house, because they've done all these for their kids. Especially if you are from India, our parents take care of us a lot. So even when we are like 22 years of age, we don't really know how to handle a household or how to handle finances.
I learned a little bit of cooking.
He learned a little bit of cooking because he was staying in a hostel, PG.
Yeah, and my plan was from the beginning I was planning to go to US or any other country. So in my mind, I was thinking like I need to do everything by myself. So let's just start, cooking, and that's how I learned. So yeah. She doesn't need to worry about that.
Yeah, no, I was cooking. Okay, I could do a few things. But not too much. Like if you see the evolution of my rotis from being this thick one to the ones that now can, like a fluffy one, I could like do it.
Okay. Let's
get back to that's our story, right? The reason why we shared this is because it was not like we were some really organized kids or like young adults who knew everything. We were trying, and there are many of you who are trying, and that's more than enough. Not everyone is 100% prepared. You can't really wait to be 100% prepared and then take the step. You have to take the step and then prepare on the way.
Okay, let's talk about the parents' concern, because lately we were talking to so many parents and they have different questions, and that's good.
Yeah. So the first major concern, specifically if your kids are coming to Canada, is cold weather. So how would you say, like, what to do with the cold weather?
I won't deny there is not a cold weather here, but you can prepare for that, right? You can wear proper clothing, and you can manage. Like if you are going by car, you have heating system, and you don't need to worry. In the houses we have centralized AC and heater, so at house we don't have to worry. And if you put on a proper winter jacket, then you're good to go.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. So if your child is coming to Canada as a student, and the thing is they won't have a car initially, so that's where your concern is most, like he or she has to walk to the station. So usually when they rent out a place, they try to students try to stay near public transport, so they have to walk less, right? But slowly and steadily, as they start earning, most students buy a car, or they share a car with their friends or something like that. So having a car makes a huge difference, or living near a public transport, because that's the area where you will feel cold more. Because if you're in your home, you have heating system, as Nisha said. If you are like going in a public bus or anything, there is heating system, there is clothing and everything. Only when you have to walk in snow, that is something of a concern.
So I would suggest put your money in the winter clothes first whenever you come here. So it will cost you $100, $200 or $400 at times, but that money is worth it.
Yeah, so buy a good pair of winter jacket, shoes, good shoes. When there is snow, you would need proper shoes so that your feet don't get wet. Have that scarf and cap and everything that you need. Get dressed up, layer yourself up, and you'll be fine. So cold, yes, Canada is cold, but many immigrants are living in Canada.
Concern.
It's not a major concern, although many mothers are really concerned that what is my child going to do, and that's fine. They'll be fine. Okay, we came from Gujarat, predominantly a hot state, and we are fine, and your kids also will be fine. So the second concern is my child has to do everything by themselves. She has to study, she has to prepare for the license, he or she has to study for the license exam, she has to do cooking, cleaning, he has to do his own groceries. My child is not used to that.
So I would say we tried that and we are okay with that. So we already done everything by ourselves. So the thing is, when your child come to Canada or US, they will have friends and everybody are in same situation. Everybody has to go to take their groceries, their laundries, and they have to study for diploma courses or degree courses, and they have to also study for license exams. So the good part is being student in Canada is you have your community, you have people around you who are doing the same thing, so you will get a good support.
Yeah, that's the best part actually. When you're a student, you're more connected to other people. The opportunities to meet other people and form those friends groups or groups is more. When I was in school, I had so many friends. Like when I was doing my masters, I had so many friends. Now as adults, it's hard to find friends. Like it's difficult because you're not going to a school, you're not meeting other adults. But if your child is studying and they are living with other friends, they can share their responsibilities. And if your child is preparing to come to Canada by the next year, it's not a bad idea to teach your son or your daughter a little bit of cooking. If they don't know how to drive, teach them how to drive, basic financing, like how to balance a check and things like that. So these basic things, how to, like, I know there are many mothers, specifically Indian mothers, and they have to tell their child like this is moong dal, this is tur dal, because every dal seems the same. So many mothers do this. Like most of the time, if your child is going there for the first time, for the first 2 months you'll get video calls asking, mom, what is this, right? But that's okay. That's a part of the process, and
that's
if
how you learn.
Yeah, and if you know that they are going, instead of fighting it, just start teaching them. Send them to get the groceries when they are with you in your home, so that they will be better prepared when they come to Canada. The third question, Nishay. So what happens after they're completing their study? What after diploma?
So I would say there are 3 main options. First thing is, if they choose a good diploma course and they really like that course, then they can work on the basis of their diploma, so they can get a work whatever they studied. Second thing, if they prepare well and they can clear PC exam, which is license exam for physiotherapy, then they can work as a physiotherapist here. And the third option, many students do that, so they have interest in cooking or any other extracurricular activity, any business or something like that, so they studied something else. They try to clear the PC or any licensing exam, but they really want to start their own business. So many people go in that direction. They started their business and they are very successful right now.
Yeah, specifically if there's a group of friends who have the same interest, then they'll start something from their home and then try to make it big. And we have recently seen many people do it. Many students who have just graduated starting their own businesses, starting their own bakery shops, or delivery systems like cooking and catering and stuff like that. So many people do that. So
because Canada is developing country and many new immigrants are coming every year, so there are plenty of opportunity for the businesses. If you have family business in India, tell your kids to learn few skills from there, because they are going to get good benefit over here.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing, what about like if there are students who will have student loans, would they be able to handle their student loans?
So I would say we already make 2 videos on that, on expenses or income, so I would suggest to go and check that out. Yeah, if they clear PC exam as soon as possible, as early as possible, then they can they are able to manage some sort of student loan.
And even if they, let's keep PC aside, even if they do regular jobs, like after the diploma, if they're getting not a great job, a decent job, they can still save up, at least start paying their tuition loan. So might be they won't be able to cover up everything in the first year once they graduate, but they can start doing it. Okay, and I would really suggest parents treat the kids as young adults. Like I'm saying kids because for parents, even if you're 27 years old, I'm 27, they still think I'm a kid, okay? But your children are 21, 22, some are really young as 18, but that's okay. They're adults and they're supposed to be learning and they're supposed to make mistakes. So it's okay if they don't like a job, or it's okay if they mess up a little bit. That's fine, they'll be fine. We messed up. We don't want to share every story, but we messed up, okay? We had our own mess ups and everyone has it. So that's that. Another thing, renting. Where will they stay when they come to Canada? There's a lot of issues with renting nowadays.
Yeah, so right now with a lot of students visas and people wants to come to Canada as a student, there are a lot of issues with renting because not many landlords want to give their house for student rentals. So I would suggest try talking to your friends who are studying in the same college. If you guys have any study group or any college group, be the part of that group and start talking to the people who can adjust you at their home, because many people right now who wanted to get rental home in Barrie, they are living in Toronto or somewhere else, like 2-3 hour far from
Scarborough or stuff like that.
yeah, 2-3 hour far from the place. So if you don't want to do that, start talking to the people, whoever you know at that place or surrounding that area. Start talking to them. Send the email to your university that you are looking for accommodation, if they can help you or something like that.
Yeah, university accommodations hard to find, but still it's a good idea to get them an email.
So sometimes what happens is the university fourth year students, they are helping their second or first year students to get accommodation. So might be that way.
Yeah, so not exactly your university is not doing it, but there are students, the seniors can help you out. Other than that, join Facebook groups. Even as parents, join Facebook groups just so that you have an idea what happens, and that would give you a much better clear picture. So the more you know, the less anxious you will be, and that would overall help you and make you feel more confident as parents, I'm saying. So yeah, another thing, the sixth question is risk and reward. So there are risks and reward in everything we do. You do a comparison, you do an analysis. What's that? SWOT analysis. So you can do a SWOT analysis. You can check your strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Meaning, what are the strengths of your kids? What are they good at? Try to sort of push that thing, and if they are weak in something, try to teach them before they leave your home. Okay. And other than that, there are risks and reward in everything, because nowadays, PCE and diploma, these are two things. Like if you do PCE, you have certain rewards, but to do PCE and to put in a lot of money is the risk that you take in. So what would you say about that, Nishil?
I would say as a risk, the biggest risk is anxiety, thinking about the future, because if your daughter or son trying to go to Canada, let's suppose Canada, and then their whole future depends on how they perform in next 2-3 years. So that makes as a parent you very anxious, very fearful that what they're gonna do without family support or without friends. That's the major risk. Other than that, if I talk about the rewards, there are many people who came as a students and they are well settled. They are owning like 3, 4, 5 houses, 2, 3 businesses here. So that's the reward. So our mind usually thinks about the negative part first, and then check out the positive things. But I would say make a balance in your mind. Start talking to your friends as a parents, to your friends whose daughter or son are studying here, or your relative or who are here. So start talking to them, and then you can get a better idea.
Yeah, look exactly where, like, you also start doing your Google search, look where they are going to study, where they are going to live.
Start watching our videos.
Yeah, we also do virtual consultations. So if you guys, if you have specific questions, because I have certain parents who are really specific questions, what happens with the exam, what if she can't clear it on 3 attempts, or what if he can't clear it on 3 attempts. If you have those specific questions, you can always book a consultation with us. We made this video so that as parents, you have an idea that this all can happen, and it happens with every parent. Okay, every parent is stressed. Even our parents, when we were moving from US to Canada, they were stressed out. Like for the first month, they had some stressors. So that's normal. But talk to people, and I've seen many people on Facebook. They'll put up a post saying, my daughter has just cleared this much, or my son has done this. What should be the next step? And that's a very good way of knowing your options, because options and things keep on changing. Be it Canada, be it UK, US, things keep on changing. So asking people and getting more knowledge would be the best case scenario. And
as a kid, if you're watching, I want you to take your parents with you and let them watch this video so they can understand better. And if their anxiety level is down, then it's easier for you.
Yeah, if they are less anxious as students, we would not call you kids. We would give you student status. But
I am
okay.
on that mindset right
Yeah,
now.
Nisha is like talking as your big brother. I'm just talking as your friend. So yes, talk to your parents, sit them down. I've seen many kids, many students do a pros and cons list. Like these are the benefits. This is something that could happen, but this is the positive thing that can happen, and that's good. Get your parents to join in with your process, and that way they'll know more and they'll be less anxious, and you'll also feel more confident. So this, like, immigration does not need to be a stressful situation. Even packing your bags does not need to be a stressful situation. So plan ahead of time. If your kids are in their third or final year of physiotherapy, and if they're planning after a year, start from right now. As much as you know, you'll feel better. Okay, and we are always there. So if you have specific questions, put it in the comment section, or you can also join us on Instagram, ask your questions there. I love it when parents, like mothers and fathers, they join in, they bring in their questions, and these are really solid questions. So yeah, we are waiting for your questions.
We love to address questions on consultation. So if you want to book a consultation, you can go to our Instagram channel, and in the bio section we have the link, so you can go and read the detailed description there.
So that being said, we were regular kids. We did not take the responsibility of the house. I did not know how to clean and cook and everything, but I managed, and so will your daughter, and he managed, and so will your son. That being said, take care, and we'll see you next video.
Bye bye.